Hello, my name is Zach Schwartz, and I am the co-founder of API2PDF.com. API to PDF is a REST API that makes it super convenient to convert HTML to PDFs, URLs, Office documents like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, images, as well as the ability to merge and concatenate two or more PDFs together. There are no rate limits and no file size limits. You can sign up for as little as $1 and cancel at any time. You're really not going to find another service out there that even comes close to the flexibility and how low cost this is. So check out competitors and make comparisons, but this is really as good as it gets. So in this video, we're going to cover the .NET library, the wrapper for API to PDF, so that we can generate PDFs using .NET and walk through the various endpoints and how to use it. So we're going to hop over first to documentation, and it would be a good idea to scan through the documentation. We have four main endpoints: WKHTMLTOPDF, which is one of the most popular PDF rendering engines out there. We have Headless Chrome, which is newer. It's got some advantages over WKHTMLTOPDF. LibreOffice is what we use to convert Office documents, and merge is the endpoint for combining multiple PDFs into a single PDF. You can access the API to PDF library documentation on our GitHub repo. I'm going to load that up here on this tab. And it's got instructions for installing. You can install the package using very standard, install -package API to PDF to install the package and acquire an API key. We'll come back to this in just a second. I'm dragging over Visual Studio. We're going to create a new project, and we'll just do a basic console app. We'll just call this test API to PDF, and then click OK. Okay. Loading Visual Studio is always fun. Always takes forever. All right, but now that we have it open, we'll make sure you got your package manager console open and install package API to PDF. Should be good to go from there. Let's just replace that hello world code with var a2p client equals new API to PDF. And then what I like to do is actually, I'm just going to put your API key here for now. I like to hit control period, and it gives me my using statement. I like to have using statement up there. Makes it nice. And we are going to then say var result equals a2p client dot, and we'll just pick Headless Chrome for now because those are the endpoints available. Say from HTML, and then we'll just say hello world. Console.writeLine and result.pdf. We have a couple of things we'll cover, but that should be good. Okay. This won't work because we don't have a valid API key. We need to get an API key from API to PDF, and we're going to load that back up. On APIPDF.com, click sign in, and you can log in with GitHub or Google or click register now. Only takes a second. Go ahead and create your account. I already have an account set up with a balance, so we're just going to switch over to that screen now. I already have a balance with $5 on my account, but you can just go to billing, add a balance. You can even just go as low as $1, And you have the option to automatically recharge your account if your balance falls below a certain threshold, or you could just turn that off, let it run out to 0 if you just want to try out the service. But putting a couple dollars in the account is perfectly fine. And once you do that, you can come back and create your first application. We're just going to call this first app. Click Save, and this is our API key. If you're watching this video, this API key will not be active, so don't try to use it. But you have a couple other options here, like disabling the application temporarily, refreshing the API key. What's most important here is request logs. It's empty right now because we haven't made any requests to the API yet, but this is a great resource to come back to export the logs or see any errors that are coming through, or just the general usage along with the costs and network usage columns. So it's a great thing to use. We're actually going to come back to this towards the end of the video to see what this looks like after we make a number of requests. So I copied my API key from the Details tab, and we'll go back to our app and replace this with our API. Okay, technically this should run and generate a Hello World PDF. So let's give it a shot. And well, it worked, but it disappeared probably because we should have something like this to make it easier to see the output. And that's the link to the PDF. So I'm just going to copy that and paste it into a browser window and drag that over. Here it is. Here's our Hello World PDF. So as you can see, we are using Headless Chrome. If we switch this over, close out of that. If we switch this over to WKHTMLTOPDF, it'll work just the same. It's just using a different endpoint. So it's up to you to determine what endpoint works best for you. Headless Chrome has its advantages. So does WKHTMLTOPDF. So they each have different options. We'll walk through a couple examples, not all of them, but that is one way to choose between the two of them. So both Headless Chrome and WKHTMLTOPDF have this from HTML. All method calls also provide some optional arguments. So if we type in inline is true, it defaults to false. Output file name, you could actually specify a file name like that. What inline means is that if you go to that URL where the PDF is, if inline is false, it will download the PDF to your machine and then you can open it. But if inline is true, it will actually open up the PDF in the browser window. So that's important. You may prefer that depending on your application. You can also specify the output file name, which is great to have. So with WKHTML to PDF, there are a series of options that are available. Same thing with Headless Chrome, although the options are different. So if we go back to the documentation and click on any one of these, you'll see here the parameters that this API call takes in. These are optional. So here's this options. This is what it looks like in the JSON payload. You could click here to see the full list of WKHTML to PDF options. And there's a lot of options available. So for this example, we're just going to pick one and choose orientation. That's good. That's always one I choose to demo. So to do that, we'll say var options equals new dictionary string, and I believe we need to do control period, add that, options.add, and then it's this key value. So we're just going to say orientation landscape. And then we'll pass in options here. Okay, so let's rerun it. This is our PDF. And here we go. This is landscape mode. So there's so many options. You can look at them, and there's footer options, header options, all sorts of stuff. Same thing for Headless Chrome, although the options are a little bit differently and there aren't as many. But there's still some good ones there. So that covers Headless Chrome and WKHTML PDF from HTML endpoint, but both of those also have a from URL endpoint. So we'll just switch back over to Headless Chrome and say from URL. Instead of passing raw HTML, we can pass URL. And these options are not valid for Headless Chrome, so I'll just remove them. And we got some build errors. Looks like I'm missing a parenthesis. Let's try again. Here we go. This is GitHub's website, rendered by Headless Chrome. Definitely looks better in Headless Chrome than WKHTML/PDF. So that's why we provide both options. One might be better than the other depending on the scenario. Let's head back to Visual Studio and look at some of the other endpoints. So we covered both Headless Chrome and WKHTML/PDF. They're from HTML and the from URL endpoints. They're both pretty much the same. The only difference is that you can replace this class right here, and the options might be different depending on the service provided. So let's go in a different direction and try out LibreOffice. So if I do LibreOffice, and then we just say convert, we have to pass in a URL in order for this to work. A URL to a Word file, image file, Excel file, PowerPoint, etc. So I'm going to grab a sample off our website. Just like that. So this is a Word file, and we're going to convert it to a PDF. And there we go. It's been converted. It's a couple dinosaur cartoons. And it's as simple as that. There aren't any special options with the LibreOffice one though. So what we're going to do is try out the merge. So we'll say, I'm just going to say result for raw, result for HTML. I'm going to generate another PDF from HTML, just simple, just a hello world PDF. Keep it simple. And then I'm going to combine this PDF that came from the Word file and this PDF that came from the HTML. I'm going to combine them into a single PDF with our final merge call. So let's say var list of PDFs, which has to be URLs. The merge method only takes in URLs. So we'll say string, and then we'll say result.pdf, and then result for HTML.pdf. So we just created a list of URLs that point to the PDFs that we created from this call, and that's sitting in this list. And then we're going to say var merge result equals A2P client dot merge, and then pass in list of PDFs. And then we'll just print this. merge result. Let's try that. Okay, so we got the Word file that got converted, and then at the end we should hopefully see hello world, and we do. So both PDFs were combined into a single PDF with the merge call. We also have some handy helper methods. So if we do merge result dot and then look at this other stuff, we got the values, the cost, whether it's success or failure, megabytes in, megabytes out, how much it cost. And then we also have save PDF, which is a method that can just conveniently download right from that URL that's passed into your local machine. And get bytes, which would get the PDF in memory, so you can do as you need with it. Those are just two handy methods that you can make use of. But what I want to switch over now to close out this video is to go back to the web app, the portal. Too many tabs open. There we go. And then go to request logs. And now you can see these are a bunch of requests that we have made. And most of these are just absolutely very small fractions of a penny. So your balance takes a very long time to deplete. Again, prices are the best around. So very helpful to see the list of requests that have come in. You can export to Excel. And that is it. That is generating PDFs from raw HTML, URLs, Word, and Microsoft Office documents, merging PDFs, and using LibreOffice, WKHTMLTOPDF, and Headless Chrome. Hope you found this useful, and thank you very much.